Well, hello again. So let's finish this design up. We've got the schematic symbol here. We call it op-amp_1. We have the PCB symbol, which we called RM-10. So all we need to do now is just actually go in and put them together and make a component. So let's go to page 35 using the component editor. And let's go to the Components tab. And see what we want. We want a new library again. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Let's call this, maybe tutorial. Okay. And it already exists. How about that? Okay, so let's go click yes. Alright. And notice that in this components here we have no components yet. This is going to be our very first component. So let's see what it wants us to do here. Let's see. What is it? New library. Call it tutorial. We're going to do what? A whole bunch of stuff here. Okay. So we have to click the new item. Now we could do the wizard too. So there's several places here. We did the new item for the schematic symbol. We did the wizard for the PCB layout, and so we're back to doing the new item. So maybe you can play around with all the different combinations, but we're going to do a new item here. So let's do new item, and so what we need to do is put some information up here. So let's put we're just going to call this, call it something else, but I'm going to call it AD to B for to be for you. How about that for a name? Okay, AD to be for you. Alright, and we're not going to put anything for the subscription here, or description, but what we're going to do is we're going to put the package, and we're going to say SOIC, because that's what we chose before. And then for the default reference, you got a whole bunch of stuff here, but usually something like U. Now if you had like 4 or 5 parts in there, maybe you'd have a UA, a UB, a C, a D, an E, depending on whatever you have. But we only have one in there, and that's all we intend to put in there. So here, basically we need to select what schematic symbol. Now we can go in and we can go to whatever library we want, and we can pick whatever symbol we want to use. Here we could actually go in and do the same thing for this. Now we created these particular parts, okay, in the tutorial libraries, so we're going to use those, but note, we could have started at this step here, and if these layouts already existed and a schematic symbol already existed that we liked, we could easily go in and pull those from whatever libraries they existed and make a new component. That's the power of having a separate file for the schematic symbol, one for the PCB symbol. Okay, so let's click on this, and let's click on this. Now, let's see here. So you notice that you have something called gates. Okay, think of gates as like remember when you had a quad NAND gate or a quad NOT gate? Basically, in that package, you had 4 NOT gates. Okay, so think of gates as circuits. Okay, or components, basic components. And so here our op-amp, which consists of the 3 inputs and then 1 output, is 1 gate. But we could go in here and put a 2 here and say, let's put 2 of those gates, or we could put a 3 for 3 of them, or 4, we could have 4 of them in there. And actually in the tutorial, he's going to put 2 here. But remember what we did is we limited our size down to 6, which meant we had 4 terminals plus 2 terminals for the power. So we're going to just put 4 and 1 So 4 pins and 1 gate here. So don't do what the thing does, just do what I just did, right? Okay, and so in the tutorial here again, we have 6 pins here for the PCB symbol. Okay. All right, so I think we got everything here. Let's click OK. My PC is going really slow. I think it's tired because it's been awake all day. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, I'm going to close it. Well, okay, it took it. All right, now notice what we've got here is it's calling this first gate A. The schematic symbol is op amp, and then schematic symbol terminal names or numbers, and we didn't put any terminal names here, but let's put this on here. Let's put something here. So let's put IN1, and let's put here IN2, and let's put IN3, and let's just call this out 1. Okay, there we go. And notice how, remember when we set this up, when we set it where this was right hand justified, so it moves this way, and these are left handed moving in, so that worked just nicely, didn't it? Okay, that's good. Now we haven't done anything with the pad numbers here, and so what we have to do is called mapping. So we have to map each one of these pins on the schematic to a pin on here. Now remember that this always starts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the way we have this oriented. Okay, so there's several ways we could do. We could actually just go in and type in the table here to get the right thing. But let's do this. Let's go in and let's go in and do something here. But before we do this, we need to do some power supply pins because we don't have any power supply pins here. So what we're going to do is add another gate. Okay, and you see here where it says add gate. Okay, so what we're going to do is click add gate, and in here we need to go in and go to a different library. Let's go to the library. Let's see, I think it's the AD library. It's been so long. AD, is there an AD library? Ah, there's the AD library. Okay, and if we slide down here, then there should be like an AD P2. Okay, and this is what we want, and this is going to represent the power connections. Okay, the symbol here is going to be actually for this, but we've got some power connections. Now we could have gone in, instead of doing this, we could have added some extra pins here. We could have drew a pin down here, pin down there, and assigned this to be the plus power and minus power. We could have did that, but we're going to follow the same way that they did. Okay, which seems a little weird, but that's okay. So let's go in and let's add it. And so now what we have is AD power 2. We got 1 and 2. So I believe this is 1 and 2. Okay, and so if we were creating this component, then we could put whatever we wanted to wherever we wanted to on here, but typically this is going to be set. Okay, so we're going to have a package, and it's going to tell us pin 1 is this, pin 2 is this, 3, 4, 5. Each one of these pins has a certain point, but all we're doing here is matching it. So we have our schematic symbol, and so we have a schematic symbol that we saw in the specification. We got a layout, and so the layout tells us, okay, this is pin 1, maybe this is pin 1, 2, 3, or whatever. Okay, so let's go with that. We can actually go in and put it directly in the table here. And oh, before we do that, let's put something here. Let's call this plus, or just call it V. Probably say V plus. And let's just call this G. Okay. Alright, and notice that it's got it labeled here, V plus and ground. And here again, like I say, we could go in and just have some terminals here, and that would have looked much more sophisticated than this. But hey, okay, it doesn't really matter. At least we get some practice doing gates. Alright, now, the way I like to do it, there's several ways we can do it. We can basically go in and do assign pins 1 to 1, which will just go 1 1. We can basically go in and do assign pins, and this is the way I like it. And so let's do it this way: assign pins. And what you do when you do assign pins is you click something here, and then you click the corresponding pin down here. Okay, you click this pin, click this, you click this pin, and you click here. Now I'm doing it in order, but for a real circuit, you know, unless you were creating the component yourself, actually building it and everything, and manufacturing it, you know, you're going to be told, you know, which go to where. So right now I got 1, 2, and 3 here, and so I'm doing it as if I were creating this component. I manufactured it and everything. And so if I was doing that, the way I would want to do it is have these are the 3 inputs, and I'd want the output and the power over here. So I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put it, let's see, I could put it in between the power, but then I'm going to have to cross lines. So I'm going to put that one here, and then I'm going to put the voltage here, and I'm going to put the ground here. Okay, now let's go in and give some names here. So I'm going to say here for the net class, I'm going to basically say here, I'm just going to say this is a signal. Let's call it a SIG, S-I-G. Call this one a S-I-G. Let's call this one a S-I-G. Call this one a S-I-G. We're going to call this one a P-O-W. And I'm going to call this one here a G-N-D. Okay? So we've now succeeded in mapping all the different pins that are here to the correct pins over here. Okay? And so let's see what else we got to do here. It's going in and talking about colors and stuff, and I don't care about that. And component editor now looks like this, and adding an extra gate. Names list, the power gate, mapping pins. Yes. Okay, let's save our component. So let's go save, file, save, and so tutorial, and we got our name there. Click OK, and there we go. We've got our component. It's got the U1 designation there. We're done, I guess. Yep, we're done. Okay, so let's close this. Let's go back and look at our component. So there it is. Now we could go back and add another package. Okay, we could do a pin and hole package, or we could have some other package. And you'll notice that most components have several packages. The pick, if you remember, had like 3 or 4 packages, I believe. A pin and hole, and the others were surface mount type packages. But this is where we'd name them. We'd name the extra packages here. And so notice you got a symbol for the op amp in here. And like I say, if I were doing this, I would have done more, just draw a line here, line there, and use those for the power pins, and I wouldn't have added this other kind of weird gate here for the thing. Okay, so we're done here. So let's close this, and let's go in and create a design using this. So let's go to File, New, and let's go to New Schematic, and let's open it. Okay, and let's go and let's add a component. Save view. Okay, let's put that interaction bar. That's the bar over here. Okay, because that makes things a lot easier to use sometimes. So what we're going to do is we want to this computer's getting tired. Okay. Okay, you know what? There it goes. Okay, so let's do add a component. And tutorial's already there. So notice we can't add schematic files, we can't add PCB files, we can only add components, okay? And so let's take this one here and let's drag it out. Okay, there it is. And see, that's kind of weird with this gate here, but hey, okay. I'll stop bitching. Okay, so let's go in and let's go in and let's change our grid. Let's make it to snap mode to like a 10th of the grid. Apply, okay. And let's make it bigger. There you go. And notice we can't really move things around now. We just can move the whole package. We can't really move. Well, let me see if. Well, yep. I guess we could try to move it around a little bit, but we're not. We'll leave this alone. Okay, so these are signals there. Okay, so let's try to make some connections. Let's go in and let's add some other components. Let's see, what was it? Connector. Where's the connectors at? CON. Here. And so let's do a 3. Do this over here. And what I'm going to do is F that. Okay. And then I'm going to go over here and do a 2. Move that right here. And then I'm going to go and move this one over here. And let's F that. Okay. Alright, and I'm not putting any resistors or anything because I just want to do a layout here. Okay, so there's our connectors. Let's go in and let's make some connections. So I'm going to go 1 to there, 2 to there, 3 to there. Okay, and signal is going there. And then we're going to make this a ground, this power. Okay, and I'm going to take this and go down to here. Alright, now let's go in and let's define some components here. So let's go here and let's go to change net, and we want to call this net name, yeah, I should call these all different signals. Let's call this N1, N1, and this is a signal. Okay, and let's go here, and let's call this N2, and that's a signal, and like I've told you guys many times before, it's always best to get all your nets and stuff ready on the schematic, so you don't have to do it later on. You don't get all kinds of weird stuff going on. So this is change net. We're going to call this out, O-U-T 1, and this is a signal also, and then we're going to call this ground. It's good, ground, so we'll leave that as it is. And then this one here, we're going to call this power. Is good, and that's a power, so that's good. How about that? So we got everything the way we want to, and we can put some labels here, but I don't want to waste a lot of time on that. Okay, so let's go in and let's save this. Save as new component. Save. Okay, there we go. And so there's our circuit. Looks pretty good, huh? Looks good. Alright, looks great. Okay, let's go in now and let's go to Tools, and let's go in and Schematic to PCB, Translate to PCB, and let's go through this next. Meals, that's fine. Fine size. Yep, looks good. 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 And next. Finish. Okay, there we are. Alright, so let's take this component here and put it down here. Let's take this right here and put it over here. And let's see, let's take this one here, over here, this one over in here, and let's rotate this. Control R, or R, R, R. There we go. So, you know, because we could actually go in and change this, then it makes our layout a lot easier. Okay. Actually, I'm going to change this. I'm going to rotate this. Control R. Okay, just to make the layout a little bit better. Let me make this bigger. R. Okay, and I'm going to take this. Good. And rotate this too. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. This is ground, this is signal. Wait a minute here. Oh, I guess I should rotate this. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to do this. It's fine. Let's make this a little bigger so I can see what's going on here. Looks like I've got a connection wrong here somewhere. Okay, so this, oh, there it is. So this is ground. This is power. And this right here is the output signal. R. There we go. Oh well. Let's see if let me do an R here. Does that make it any better? Okay. An R. Okay, so let's do some traces here. So now, here's the thing, is we're not going to be able to run 10 mills here. Notice these are really small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to settings, and I'm going to go to styles. And here, what I'm going to do is for track styles, I'm going to create another one, and I'm going to call it tiny T, and I'm going to make this 5 mils. Okay, so tiny T. Alright, so let's apply, and okay. So let's go in and let's run a trace, our track, and so here I need to go in and let's right click and change track style, and let's go to tiny T. Alright, and so I'm going to come down here, okay, and so it looks like to me that I'm going to have to go in and change my grid again. See, here, let's change this down to 10. Mils, and apply. Okay, so this is going to make it a little bit easier here. So let's go here first, and then maybe escape. Damn it. Alright. Make it bigger. And go down. And then go down here. Now you can do this a little bit easier than the way I'm doing it, but I'm tired. So let's go here and let's do our trace again. And so I'm going to start from here. It's always easier to start from here. Alright, and let's right click and change track style. Go to Tiny T. Alright, and so I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go up. And up. And then go straight into here. Okay, a little bit crooked, but hey, it's 12:30, so I can do what I want to. Let's go to track style, Tiny T. Basically go up to here. Go to there. Okay, and go here, Tiny T. And I could say apply to all segments here, but hey, I'm just doing there. Okay, so we got that connected. Alright, so let's go and let's slide over. Let's see what we need to do here. Oops. So it looks like this one goes to ground. This one must be an output. So let's do the same thing here. Let's go from here. And right click. Track style. Tiny T. Okay. Here. Alright, there's one. This one here. Let's see, escape. Looks like they both go there. That's weird. I think probably should rotate this or okay, and maybe this, rotate it, move it up here. There we go. Okay, so how do I do this? Well, let's see, this one has to go up there, so I guess what I can do is basically run a track here. So let's go to here. Whoa, it's a big one. Okay, so let's go to here and change track style to Tiny T. Okay, and what I'm going to do is run this down like this. Over there. Okay, good. And what I'm going to do with this one is same thing. Track style. Tiny T. Okay. Go to there. And then I'm going to just use a big trace to go from here to there. How about that? So if I go in and do the layout here, there's my layout. It's not the best, but hey, it'll do. And let's see if we got any errors here. Let's see. Let's save it. File. Save as. A new component, PCB. also save the other one as a PCB too. Okay. Save. Yes. Okay. There we go. Okay, now let's do and see if there's any rules checks, any errors. So we go to Tools, Assign Rule Check, and let's do All, and check. And we get errors. Why? Because the gap, the 10 mils, right? So we're going to have to go in and go to our rules here because we got such really small spaces there. If we go up to Settings and go into Spacings, then what we need to do, instead of having tracks 10 mils, we're going to have to go in and change these pad styles to much smaller. Let's see if it'll work with 5. We might have to do more. Okay, and then apply. Okay. Now let's go back and let's run it again. Check. There you go. Okay, so we've created our own component, and this is the first time we had to go in and change that smallest spacings, I think. We might have done some before, but we got something that works, and we're done. Okay, so hope you had fun. This was a pretty long time, 37 minutes. Oh my god, this is going to be a monster size file. Okay, so let me just go ahead and stop right here, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.